Okay, so on this particular lesson, we're going to be talking about the solving of equations. So what we're going to do is we're going to always maintain an equation. There's a left side and the right side, and we're going to keep up with the strategy to solve the equation. So over here, the left side would be x minus 2 and equals to 8. So what are we going to do to solve for x? To isolate x.
Yeah.
Plus 2. Yeah, right. So if you see a minus 2, we're going to do the opposite. So we're going to plus 2 here. And then plus 2 there, right? And why are we doing plus 2 on both sides? Because we want to make sure that both sides match, right? Or both sides are still balanced. So if you just plus 2 on one side, it's not going to be balanced anymore. So minus 2 plus 2, they cancel each other out, right? They cancel each other out, so I'm going to cancel those two out. What's left on the left side? It's x equals what's on the right side? 8 plus 2, which is 10. And how do we check our answer? X minus 2 equals 8. That's what the equation is. And then we're going to replace the x by 10 equals 8. So 10 minus 2, work this out, 8 equals 8. Well, that makes sense. 8 is equal to 8. Okay? Is that awesome? Is that good? Okay, we're going to try, I'm going to try this one, number 2. Solving for x. Okay, this is question 2. What are we going to do? Minus 27. And why do we know it's minus 27? There's an addition there. Let's add 27. So the opposite is minus 27. Minus 27 on each side. Okay, minus 27 cancels each other out. There. What's left on the left side? It's going to be x. It's going to be
15.
Yeah, 42 minus 27 equals to 15. Okay, I'm going to put a box around that, so I know that that's my final answer. Okay, is that good? Number 3. What did you get for number 3? Should be like this. What are we going to do first?
Minus 11.
We're going to minus 11. Is everybody in agreement with that? Yeah, minus 11. If I minus 11 in the left, I get a minus 11 on the right. So that cancels. We're left with x is equals to 8. Yeah, good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a moment, and I know some people did it because I'm just looking at some pages here. So some of you, I think most of you tried it, so give you some time to just talk to somebody about it in your group or in your table. If you don't have anybody on your table, I can pair up with you.
Chicos.
but I'm seeing really good skills going on in here. Yeah, I think it's good understanding how this works. So if I didn't touch base with you, I'll touch base with you in a few minutes. So let's go over some of these questions. Remember, our goal is to get back to just the x, right? I'm gonna do this. This is my left side, and this is my right side. Okay, how am I gonna get the x alone? I can see that x is being added by 17. To do that, we do the opposite of adding 17, which is minusing 17. So if I minus 17 on this side, I could do the same thing on the other side to maintain the balance. And you can see, hey, this is plus 17 minus 17. Cancel each other out. Okay, you don't even have to put the 0 anymore. You just cancel that. Okay, what's on my left side? My left side says 24 minus 17, which is 7. And then on my right side, okay, remember, this is just canceled. It's gone now. So you're left with x. So 7 is equals to x. Okay, or x equals to 7 if you want to read it backwards. What about this one? What are we going to do?
Cancel 14.
Cancel the minus 14, and how do we do that?
Plus 14?
Yeah.
Plus 14, yeah, okay, good.
Plus 0.
Plus 14 on both sides. Okay, we're going to get into the habit of doing left and right. So here, you're left with x, and then equals, okay, don't forget the equal sign, 0 plus 14 is just 14. Awesome. Okay, what's next? What number 6? What are we going to do?
Minus 20.
Yeah, we got to subtract the 20 on both sides. Subtract the 20 on both sides. That cancels those out. On the left side, we got 43 minus 20, which is 23, equals x. Okay? Is that good? Okay. So, I'm gonna finish this up. I'll post it on the blog, and I know some people already have the numbers, the answers here. If you're not finished, you can continue working on that later, and then yeah, you can double check.
Again.
Oh yeah, so
It's
this,
actually a 7, but
yeah,
it's written in this book 6.
I know. I think we gotta fix that one, and then even this one, because some people, yeah. If I didn't know the booklet, I would have read it as 6.3, right?
Right.
Yeah. So we gotta do a better job on that one. Thank you for pointing that out. Yeah.
Do number 7 though?
Yeah. Let's do number 7 together. Okay. So what are we gonna do? Let's do 7. 12 plus x equals to negative 9. I want to get rid of this 12.
Cancel.
Negative 12.
So we're going to put negative 12 or minus 12. But minus 12 on both sides.
12 plus x.
Okay, so this gets canceled. So we're x is equals to
9.
negative 9 minus 12, 21, negative 21. Yeah, it's important that we put negative 21. Okay, because if we put just 21, it's not going to work. But if we put negative 21, that one would work. Okay, is that good? So we're getting the habit of showing our work here. The process is important. Okay, now let's go to this part. So yesterday we said, this is what we talked about yesterday. Whatever we see,
Excuse me, can we go back to the question 12?
Oh, sure. You want to go back to 12? 12, right there. Yeah, would you like us to go over it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna put 12 here. That's a question number. What are we gonna do? Add what?
1025 plus 50.
Because all I did was just 15 plus
Mm-hmm.
1025. I didn't do anything else because I didn't write it in left and right.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's fine. So left side and right side. Okay, so you're already thinking here to get rid of a minus 1025. You gotta add 1025. You gotta add 1025 on each side. So that cancels out. And that's basically what you did, right? Yeah. So it's gonna be 1040. 1040 is our answer. Good? Yeah? You knew that. Okay, good. Okay, so any other questions about that? You okay? So we're on now page 22 on our book. So yesterday when we first introduced this, we said that to do the equation, to solve for the x, we have to do the opposite operation, right? So we saw a lot of these yesterday and today, adding and subtracting. We haven't quite seen the multiply and divide yet. That's what we're gonna do right now. Okay. Can somebody read this one here? How would you read? Because mathematics, they say it's a different language. It's a language on its own. So how would we write this? What does this mean? How would you say it? 12. 12. You're already kind of telling me the answer. Yeah.
No, it's multiplication 3 with the whatever that thing is called.
X.
Exponent.
Variable?
Variable.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's 3 divided by 12 is your answer. It's 3 to the 4th. 3 times 4 equals 12.
Okay, you just solved everything, right? That's what you're trying to do. You want to rush things out. Okay, okay. I know what you're thinking about. So here, yeah. So 3 times x equals to 12. So 3 times x. So now this becomes a multiplication, right? Multiplication. So what's the opposite of multiplication? Dividing. So 3 times x equals to 12. The opposite of multiplying by 3 is dividing by 3. Now, I'm going to show you how to do this like this, or showing you like that way of dividing instead of using the division sign, right? Because I know some people might use a division sign looking like this, right? We're going to use this way, slash or a line over 3. Okay? Okay, so now that we have that, so 3 divided by 3, they cancel each other out. So we're left with x. X is equals to, on the right side you get 12 divided by 3, which is 4. Yeah. So 12 divided by 3 is 4. So 4 is the answer. Yeah, that's good. Let's give it a try. Next example, example 8. How would we say this? 28 is equal to -4 times x. Times x. So these two are being multiplied. So the opposite of multiplying would be dividing. So we're going to divide by -4. Divide by -4. Divide. Opposite operation. Opposite operation. So this cancels. What's on the left side 28 divided by negative 4 is negative 7. And negative 4 divided by negative 4, they cancel each other out. So we're left with x. So negative 7 equals x. Example 9 and example 10, we're going to see something like this in trigonometry. Something similar, solving equations in trigonometry. So it's super important. What's happening in here? X is being divided by 5. Okay, well, what's the opposite of dividing by 5? Multiplying. So what are we going to do? We're going to multiply by 5 on each side. Multiply. And I'm using... Notice I didn't go x5. Yeah. From now on, we're going to use brackets to indicate multiplication. Because if we use x and our variable is x, isn't it confusing? Right? It's confusing for me. Is that x multiplication? Or is that x the variable? Right? So we want to make sure when we do multiplication, we put the brackets instead of the x. Oops, sorry, I just totally knocked that. So 5 divided by 5 cancel out. What's left over? X is equal to 15.
Is it divided?
Multiply.
They said divided.
Oh yeah, that's this one here. They cancel each other out. So 5 and divide by 5, they cancel each other out here. So x, and then 3 times 5 is 15. Okay. Yeah.
So it means 5 times 3.
Correct, yeah, over here. When you're talking about the left side, 5 divided by 5 cancels, right? That's good. When you're talking about the right side, it's 3 times 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 times 5 equals 15.
Okay, last but not the least. Okay, what's happening to the x? X is being divided by 25. X is being divided by 25. So, what's the opposite of dividing by 25? Multiply by 25. So I'm going to multiply by 25 on both sides. Okay, these 25s cancel each other out on the right side. And on the left, it's going to be 25 times negative 5, which is negative 125. That's it. That's it. Okay, so that concludes our lesson 5. Now we have a little bit of time.
Teacher, don't
Oh yeah, don't move. Yeah. Now we have a little bit of time to work on page 23, and I see that some people already started it. That's great. So just continuing on, Jane and I, of course, are here to assist you if you have any questions. Okay, so I'm going to leave it like this.